In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you how you can skyrocket your contact rates with your leads. Because let's face it, nobody likes calling a lead only to be sent to voicemail, or worse, getting blocked altogether, or even worse, reaching someone who didn't even complete your lead capture form in the first place, especially if they're on a do not call list. That's a recipe for disaster with TCPA. Being unable to reach your leads after they've completed your lead capture forms is a real morale killer for everybody involved, whether that's your clients, your lead buyers, your sales teams, or even you. According to practically the only study I could find online, businesses report that they're only able to connect with around 20 to 30% of the leads that they actually capture. That is a huge drop-off rate, and there's a way to fix that, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. The way that this works for the majority of people who capture inbound leads is that they typically have a web form that looks like this. Maybe they capture a few personal details, an email address, and then a phone number. Then they send that lead over to themselves, their sales team, their lead buyers, and so on. And then roughly 20 to 30% of those leads are actually leads that somebody is able to get in contact with. Like I mentioned, this impacts morale, but it also impacts return on investment, because chances are you're getting those leads from somewhere, whether you're buying the leads or they're coming in from pay-per-click campaigns. It definitely drives up costs. Luckily, there's a better way, and here's how I would recommend approaching it. Let's take the same basic contact form that we have here. Let's assume that there's a few personal details, an email address, and a phone number. Now, before we actually receive the lead with the phone number, we're simply just going to insert a verification step right here. So this way, we can verify whether somebody is actually holding their phone, whether the phone is actually in their possession or not. And when a prospect receives a verification code to their phone and they enter the code successfully, we will receive a phone verified lead, and then we could expect to see contact rates double or possibly even triple. All right, so enough with the pretty pictures. Let's just look at a real example of this using a lead capture form that I set up using Lead Capture.io. Now, this example is for a final expense form that I created for the insurance industry, but it could work for any industry. Just imagine this for your own use case. We're taking it a step further by pre-qualifying the lead a little bit, just so we can get better data about the lead. And we actually find that by pre-qualifying the lead and making them submit a few questions before they even get to the contact step, that actually helps increase contact rates as well, because you know you have leads with intent. So I'll simply just go through these questions. And as you can see here, I'm collecting some key information. Now we've hit the contact step. First, I'll enter my email address. And now I'm going to enter my phone number. And notice here we have all of our TCPA compliance text right here. Now, on the next step, you're going to see the lead verification page. So I'll click submit, and I just received a 4-digit PIN. I'm going to enter in the PIN, and this is, I'm actually holding my phone right here. You'll see it here. And this is how we're going to verify that the lead is actually holding the phone. Now, sometimes you'll see people request 6 digits to verify the phone number, but that's kind of insane. We're not trying to get into a vault here to unlock tons of gold. We just need them to verify their phone number. So keep it simple, keep it to 4. And we thought that was a cool way to get a phone verified lead. Here's where it gets even cooler. I can go right back into the Lead Capture.io platform. I can refresh this page, and then you're going to see the lead right here with a verification status of verified. We also verified and stored the fact that we captured TCPA consent. So this verification status can now be passed to the sales team, to clients, to myself, to lead buyers, to whoever is calling the lead. So this way they have the confidence that the lead that they're calling has actually verified their phone number. And then this is how we increase morale, get happier people on the phone, and ensure that we're not only connecting, but we're also closing those deals once we get somebody on the phone. So if you follow those steps, your contact rates are definitely going to soar. Now, sure, lead volume might drop a little bit, but let me ask you this. What's the point of capturing all these leads if you can't even reach the leads in the first place, and if it's even costing you money to store and manage those leads? So it's definitely worth verifying the phone number, because at the end of the day, what you really need is high intent leads with verified phone numbers who will actually pick up the phone when they're being called upon. Now, this is where you might be thinking, okay, all this sounds really cool, John, but how do I set all this up? It seems kind of complicated. And depending on your setup, it can be. But I'm going to show you the easy way using Lead Capture.io, because we have all of this stuff built into Lead Capture.io, and you can pretty much get this set up with just one click. So let me walk you through how to do this. Jump into that lead capture form that I just walked you through. We'll go to lead delivery, phone verification, this switch to enable phone verification. And just like that, phone verification has been enabled on this lead capture form, allowing us to easily capture phone verified leads. And you'll see here, we can even capture unverified leads in the event that someone enters a phone number and chooses to bail on that step. And that's it. Just follow the steps that I just walked through, and I guarantee that you'll start getting phone verified leads, and you'll more than likely double or even triple your contact rates, which ultimately will lead to more ROI on everything you're doing.